Hello. Oh yes, these stay off. Hello. How are we doing, lovely people? I am here. I was kind of hoping to be here a little sooner, but we're here earlier than previously, so I'm happy. H-A-P-P-Y. You just hear that little birdie? I'm on so early, the birds are still awake. The birds aflutter to and fro. Hello. How are you doing today? Oh, hope you don't mind if I take a moment to adjust myself. I forgot my water. Okay. Well, I'll just leave it for now. We'll worry about it later. How are you doing? And I'm feeling a little peculiar. I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna be taking a moment to adjust a few things. I have some props, or rather just some sketchbooks I've finally quickly dug out to show you beautiful folks if and when I get a moment to. Hello, Elijah. Hello. So nice to see you folks. Did you see the story in the post? You're first. Yeah, you even beat Pixie Lee somehow. Pixie hates me. My own moderator. What has become of this world? How are you doing, Elijah? I'm being, funny over here. I'm stacking my markers in a pyramid. Just gapping out. Forgot my water behind me. I'm all over the place. But I did remember to pull out some sketchbooks from the old sketchbook tote. Very good, you. I am doing spectaculistic. I had a very good day today, I think. I was mightily anxious. As I have been, as I'm like to be. I just think real lots until I let my verbal diarrhea spew all over the place. Then it gives me a second to breathe and kind of work stuff out there in my head. You know, I just have so many ideas and theories and thoughts and concerns and all these things, and I just, what in the world is there to do about it? Just everything and nothing, and then I just sit there and burn because at the moment there's not a lot to do. I just gotta wait and plan and try to be ready for all the lovely things coming our way. Does that answer your question? I'm very happy to be here with you. I saw Asher liking. Thank you, beautiful folks, for already pouring into the stream. And thank you for your likes. Do you like when I do this? It's just, it feels nice. I'm like tracing my little. Are these tendons? Are these ligaments? Are these just called sinews? Or are tendons made from sinew? Who knows the most about biology? Hello. Encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you, beautiful folks, for sharing the live. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your time. Thank you for returning to me for another chill hangout. It is so lovely to see you here already, Elijah and Asher and Pixie Lee. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. How are you doing today? It was a beautiful, beautiful day today, was it not? I hope you had a beautiful day. I enjoyed myself, a little bit of sun, although my eyes did not enjoy it, and at some point became quite bloodshot, and my allergies did not enjoy the pollen of the trees and the newly bloomed plants. My allergies have been going off. I don't know if you can tell I'm a little bit congested. Can you tell? Tendons. So these are tendons. What is the difference between a tendon and a ligament? And what are these specifically? Are these because these are metatarsalic genomic sinew tendon? Hello, greetings, lovely folks. So lovely to see already 7 people. Beauty, beauty, beauty. I'm just catching my breath, it feels like, after a big day of what exactly? I cooked. I cleaned a little. And I drew. Did you draw today? Face trace? Yes, I can do that. Chances I'll step out of line, but who knows? But like that. Tendons equal muscle to bone. Ligament equals bone to bone. So this goes into a muscle. This goes into a muscle. That's cool. In the hand, there's flexor tendons to enable the fingers to move. Okay. Yeah, because I know that when I squeeze my wrist, my hand involuntarily closes. Have you done that a lot? I've done that to lots of people because I have a strong grip. And a lot of people don't know that that's a thing because they don't have a strong grip. So I show them, which sounds a little strange when I say it, but I think it's just like a cool little thing. I've paid a lot of attention to my hands over the years because well, not to plug it too early in the stream, but I'm an artist. You can clap now. Pretty cool, right? Are you guys artists? In my head, we have a big crowd of artists every day, and I clap. I clap my little hands in my head. And usually, at least once a stream, I'll go on a long tangent about different art forms and music and video games and all this stuff. And there's just so many folks with so many hobbies. so many similar hobbies in different games and different music, and I think that's really cool. Excellent. I want to do every hobby. Try increasing your mic volume for clearer audio. What do you think about the microphone? You may hear my cat chewing behind me. Her name is Penny the cat. She's just hungry, that's all. How's the mic volume? Today we posted a clip on TikTok from the live. And the other day we posted one as well, and I found that I really hated the audio quality. I was like disgusted, perturbed. Who has done this to my Penny the cat is chewing back there and it's a little distracting. Who has done this to my microphone that I spent 30 minutes or so trying to figure out? Who's done this? It turns out that it seems like, rather, that the quality of the live and the VODs that we downloaded are different from the clips that we upload to TikTok. Somewhere in the transaction, TikTok blasts the volume. Maybe it's easy. Maybe it's an easy fix. Maybe it's just a slider. The mic sounds great. Excellent. Thank you, Danny. Mic sounds good. Thank you, Ineffable. Hello, X. It's so nice to see you. Excuse me. Thank you, Danny, for the follow. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. I didn't know I could... I don't have to look all the way over here for the chat. I could look in the middle. Sorry, I'm closing my eye. Let me slow down. How are you doing today? It is so beautiful to see you here. I've been excited to stream all day. I didn't miss anybody up here. Okay. Morn, thank you for the follow. Sean, thank you for the follow. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. Me and my GF like your ASMR lives. Excellent. Excellent news. Share with the whole family. Do you enjoy the face tracing? Have you been watching ASMR together for a long time? I've only watched ASMR with someone a couple times. To me, it's... Well, yeah, like the first times was just like somebody showing it to me as like an entertainment thing, like check out this thing that we're ignorant to. And like some triggers are very off-putting to me. So just me not understanding what ASMR was in the beginning, right, was a big thing. So as a lot of people do, I kind of just chalked it up to like some weird little thing that I'm not into. But I started learning about it when I started doing ASMR recently. And just learning that it's just stimming. And I've been stimming my whole life. If you couldn't tell, I'm somewhat of a professional stimmer. It's in my genes. How do you like that? Do you like the way that looks? Because that feels really good on my eyeball. My eyeball is just... I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Yes, I'm always the first one to knock out. I see. What is your least favorite trigger? I don't like mouth noises in general. I try to be very mindful of my mouth noises. Like there, I don't mind that every once in a while, but if that keeps coming up, it kind of gets on me. But I find I do it a lot when I'm reading. But my biggest thing with the ASMR is that I like it very slow. And I like it low stim. I am so high stim so often, just all the time. I'm listening to loud music that's screaming at me and just is going from left to right and serious and bonkers and strange and cool and sad and all these things. I get so much stimulation as it is just being the person that I am. So I want to just chill out and relax. The last thing I think of to do so is, and pardon, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but the last thing I think of to relax is like sorry if that was terrible, if you feel the same. And but also sorry if you like that and you feel made fun of. It's just not my tempo. Do you know what I refer to though? We have had one or two people come in and make comments like that my ASMR is very slow, and they appreciate that. That always feels good to hear because I like this a lot. So like I've been taking streaming seriously. So in my head, I'm trying to treat this like a job. And then I sit down here and I'm like, oh, excellent, time to relax. But when I'm not sitting here relaxing, it feels like chewing at me, like I'm missing hours at work. Because I'm trying really hard to be a streamer right now. It's been so lovely having all these lovely, lovely, beautiful faces joining me. And I just want to be live more often, so it kind of eats at me. Well, how did I start talking about this? Oh, what's my least favorite trigger? Yeah, so basically, does that answer your question? I may be on the moon. Where you at? Sawyer and Dylan, and yet another Dylan joins the force. There are so many Dylans here. Thank you for the follows. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. What is your favorite one? I like tracing things. It feels good. I've just always I used to draw on my hands a lot. Like would that be a nice trigger? Would you like if I drew on my hand? Can you see that okay? So my favorite triggers involve tracing. I also like to tap. And I make a lot of mouth noises just naturally. I have never been known to be very quiet, except for by people who do not know me or who are scared of me, or who are annoyed by me. But I've just not really been known to. Oh, actually, they get annoyed by me because I'm loud. Yeah, I've never been known to be quiet. So I'm always making mouth noises. So kind of my favorite stims are just the ones that I default to when I'm here. So the things that you see me do, I only do them because I adore them. Like just now, tracing under my eyes. Oh, I feel renewed. I feel excellent. Doing eye stuff too is like a big thing. I've Tourette's as well, and I just tick and stim, and a lot of them is eye things. Hail, thank you for the follow. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. Dylan says, I love the content, bro. It's amazing. And the drawings. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you ever so much for your beautiful words. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. You are a mountain. Y'all need to watch Pure Honey ASMR. She's so creative and good. Okay. I've been wanting to check out some ASMR and just see if there's any cool triggers that I find and or like. But I kind of like the method of Pixie Lee has been listening to ASMR for a long time, so she just gifts me things to use, and I just explore it blind. Fast ASMR is a little overwhelming at times. Yeah, me too. Don't like that type of ASMR. Hello, with a heart to emoji that I cannot see. Nice hair. Thank you. Thank you. I like it too. Yo, can you cheer me up? Someone pissed me off today. Hopefully. We have 59 beautiful, delightful folks here today. With that person's request, I would like to begin smudging. Try to make a habit whenever I'm at my desk to smudge. When I'm sitting down to draw, when I'm trying to just lower my heart rate, when I'm trying to clear my mind, I'll just light this sage in its little abalone shell. And that smell brings me to a nostalgic place, that regalia. I remember every time I've been in a longhouse or at the First Nation Center, or just in the presence of an elder who's smudging me. So I'd like you to take this smudge, take this smoke, bring it over your head and over your shoulders, and allow the stress that's being held in there to wash down off your back, off your shoulders, off of you, into the floor, and let it drain into the ground, where it will remain. Or at the very least, your negative feelings can go away while you're here. This is a place of respite, a place of rest. Action can come when action needs to come. Rest is important. That's just kind of what I do this for, is to just remind myself that I've got to chill out, and it really helps me a lot. And I just think about the things that I want, just like nice things that I like, rather, like art and music and this stuff, and I think about it in the positives. Try to leave out all my anxieties for what kind of artist I want to be, and how good or bad I am, and what do you think of how good or bad I am, and all these things, and I just leave them, and I let it be art. The love that I have, I let that try to fill me up. So just think happy thoughts, think happy thoughts, think happy thoughts, inner peace. Does that help? Does that answer your request? You smell that? What do you call it when you can smell something that you can't smell? The memory of a smell, that feeling of nostalgia. Because there's names for everything, right? There's names for hearing things out of white noise. That's auditory What is it called when you see faces like in tree stumps or in a car? Oh, I have to keep up with the chat. Sorry, folks. I got distracted. Are you native? Yes. Waste of a TikToker, Smiley Face, and Tommy. Thank you for the follows. You're strong, you are wise, and you are loved. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. OMG, I thought that was a ball knife. A small knife, I gasped. What's a knife? Is TikTok all that you stream on? I have a Twitch account if you'd like to follow it. The plan for the stream is to see if I can dual stream on Twitch and TikTok. It's the same name as here. The Sweet Bard. Thank you, beautiful folks, for your follows, for your likes and your shares, for your time, for your attention, and your kind words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. You are appreciated. You're kind. You're beautiful. Read your PFP, you're so cool. You cool? Yeah, dang, gosh darn right, they're cool. We got cool folks hanging out here. I really don't mind if I just go back to my eyeball trigger. Does it look... Ooh. Awful gracefully. You're cute. You're cute. Ari, an unknown. Gennardo, crazy Bud the second. Thank you for the follows. You're strong, you are wise, and you are loved. Gosh, that feels so good. On my... You can see my socket. I have deep set eyes. Can you see your eye socket? What times do you stream and what time zone? PST time zone. Usually about this time. Today was slightly early, 9:40. The plan is just about this time. 9:30 to 10:30 should hopefully be the start. But I've started later. So roughly this time, 9:30, 10:30 is the window of starting. T. Ashley, that one friend, and Jose, thank you for the follows. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. Placebo, 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 placebo. Placebo. I'm trying to remember what I was talking about to prompt you to say placebo. Steph and Larry and Adrian. And thank you for the follow. You're strong, you're wise, and you are loved. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pareidolia is the word you were looking for. Yes, it was. There's auditory pareidolia, which is where, I get this, which is where white noise, such as a shower, the sound of a fan, the sound of the and just like various white noise sounds will make you hear things. So I've often heard like heinous crying and like violence in another room, or like I hear a door being slammed, or I hear glass shattering, and I just gotta remember that all is chill and all is well, and if something was happening, I would certainly know. Surely. But it's rather uncomfortable. Oh, I see roses. Thank you for the roses, Mason. And thank you. Have people been sending stuff the whole time? Thank you. Athena, I see, sent things, and thank you, Tommy, and Athena again, and Pressure, and Because. That's all I see of your name. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the roses. I have a rose just for you. A cedar bark hand woven rose. How do you like that? Wow, wee. Anna, thank you for the follow. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. Oh, I apologize sincerely for the loud noise that I've just subjected you to. I am a rather clumsy, foolish little fellow. Won't happen again. Let's catch up. Oh, how did we like the hand tracing? Would you like more? I used to draw on my hands a lot, and that's how I learned to draw hands well. No sound detected. What in the world? Can you hear the music playing? I love the way you don't keep severe eye contact when live because I have autism. Yeah, I've never really been into eye contact. Neither's really anybody in my family. I'm kind of just. I've gotten the habit of walking and talking. Walking was a safe space of mine. And when I'd hang out with people, I'd want to go for walks with them. Just go be by the ocean and go be in a trail or just be around town, just walking around and talking to them and just not really big on eye contact. My father always said it was a confidence thing. And he never meant it as a low confidence thing. He's like, just a confident. I don't have to look you in the eye. I'm just talking. I think that's how he meant it. But I reckon it's an autism thing. It's been cool. He's been learning about autism and ADHD and that stuff. Makes me happy. You can't hear the music. Can you hear the music really quietly? Would you like me to turn it up? Hand tracing. Excellent. Alright, let me get a few more of these in then. Oh, goodness gracious. And I think I forgot to thank a few people. Oh, I have to catch up. Gosh. Let us see what you're chiefing on. Thank you for the art. Let us see what you're chiefing on. That is very funny. You first. You look and sound like this one actor. Don't remember the name. Do you perhaps mean Argyle from Stranger Things? Or Cisco? Or Taylor Lautner? I get those. Very nice voice. Thank you, because Mama said so. I like your voice. Sorry, I'm so ADHD, I guess. I'll get to the hand tracing after I catch up on you lovely folks. Nina, thank you for the follow. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. I started using an under eye cream because I feel like my skull is very visible around my eyes. I used to hate it, and I used to hate my eyes. Just I have very, very deep brown eyes. Like just very dark. I've always gotten comments on how darkly brown my eyes are. And I used to hate them as a kid. But I rather enjoy them now. And I've grown to enjoy my little under eye bags and my skull. Or my eye socket. I don't mind it. Do you have any wise words? You're very upbeat and has helped a lot. I love listening while I draw. Wise words to an artist and to a fellow person just looking for miscellaneous wisdom would be lean as hard as you can into the art, whatever that means for you. What that means for me right now is that I get my art where I can get it. So, like, drawing on myself with you here. And then earlier, I was drawing in my, 2-hour block of free time that I had today. In between doing chores, and in between all of the hubbub and activity that I had to get up to. This also just goes for whatever you enjoy the most. My first love in life, at the age of 2, was art. Now, the order of my love is different from that, but chronologically, the first love I had was art. I've been saying my first language is art. It's how I understand the world. That's how I regulate. That's how I relax. That's how I vent and just all sorts of things. I do so much with art. I play harmonica and I have a didgeridoo and I have a little pipe that I just mess with. I don't know what to do with it. I just explore things. I just live for art and for love and for a decent time. Whether that time is now or not, I'm living for it. What do you think of that? Does that suffice? I don't know how truly wise I am. I kind of just run my mouth. Excuse me if I overstep ever. I am but a stranger on the internet. But not to you. We know each other intimately, obviously. All of you, every one of you. Especially IHOPs, Fear, Symbol I do not know, and Madeline Norton. Thank you for the follows. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. I'm always scared when someone has a first and last name. Am I saying, John Wayne Gacy, thank you for the follow? Stuff like that. I hope I didn't give you, forget I said anything. No ideas. Debo, thank you for the follow. You're strong, you are wise, and you are loved. More handwriting. Oh, you want me to turn up the music? Sorry, I hope you're not frustrated with my sweet bard got the Benjamin, deaf Argyle from Stranger Things. I take it as a compliment. Argyle's actor is Mexican, I believe. You remind me of Cisco. Cisco is Mexican. And I've heard that. I love Crunch. Thank you for the follow. You're strong, you are wise, and you are loved. Dark eyes are beautiful, thank you. I agree. Jason? Is that Jason? Jason? Thank you for the follow. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. Could not have asked for a better answer. Thank you. You have motivated me more as an artist. Always happy to hear that. If you hang out here, chances are you'll be drawing at some point. I've always had that effect on the people around me. It's just that anybody who spends enough time with me is either going to be bothered enough by me pestering them, asking when they'll draw with me, or they're going to be just like motivated because they used to draw as a kid. Like, whatever the reason, if you hang out around me, you're going to draw more. How well does this color show? This is what looks to me in this light to be a deep purple. Tuda, Chris, Emoji, Danielle, thank you for the follows. You're strong, you are wise, and you are loved. Thank you, thank you. I don't like this part. That's okay, it'll all wash off. But I don't like that part. It's cool because it's mostly looks like a shadow. Speaking of accentuating skeletal features, that's cool. Your vibes give Bob Ross in the best way. Thank you. I like Bob Ross. I liked Bob Ross's vibes. Emily, thank you for the follow. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. You ever thought about being a tattoo artist? I have a little tattoo gun. I have to practice with it and get more things for it. I would love to be a tattoo artist someday. I'm not sure if I have, like, the mental hardware for it. I'm sure I could do some sort of tattooing. But all mediums are so vastly different. It's just, I guess we'll see what comes well to me and what doesn't. Bard, glad I caught you. Glad you caught me as well. It's so lovely to see you here. Peyton, how are you doing today? Oh yeah, I was tracing. How do you like it so far? Do you have a sleeper build? I feel like you'd be strong as F. I reckon I'm pretty strong. I've always been told I'm very strong, and I'm not small. I mean, until recently, I didn't really have a sleeper build, I think. Well, actually, my whole life, lots of people kind of treated me like I wasn't super tough. Then I was kind of kicking ass in, like, athletics and stuff. So I kind of grew up thinking I wasn't tough, but then I talked to anyone who knew me, like my baby brother, and they were like, yeah, you were a fucking, like, you were all muscle. I've always been all muscle. I've always had a hard time sinking because my dense bones, I think, but probably mostly because of a low body fat ratio. I've never been, like, really underweight or anything. So it's not like I'm just skinny, I'm just been lean, I guess. Right now, Is it inappropriate to tell you my, like, height and weight? Am I just giving you, like, a profile of me? I'm like 5'10", 5'11", 235 pounds. I've been working out again. Is that what's doing it? Did I thank you, Sawyer? In red light, it doesn't look purple. My brain makes it gray. Yeah, I have a red light, and then I have a night light on my computer because my sensitive eyes, it's on 95%, so I can look at your lovely words. Sawyer, thank you for the follow. Nathan, thank you for the follow. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. Do you have a sleeper build? I read that. Excuse me. Does that answer your question? Do you want to see my sleeping muscles? this one. But mostly my muscles are in my legs. I'm bottom heavy. Here, his head is at least 50 pounds, by the way. I have a medically oversized head. Oh. How's this? Could you see my calf muscle? That chair is so loud. That's probably so loud. Sorry, fellows. Sorry. Sorry for ruining the vibe. I have to chill out. My ADHD is getting the best of me tonight. Believe it or not, my streams have only recently been this chill. Mostly I am rambunctious. I like looking at my hand. I like that. I like to study. I really don't like these. Maybe I'll try to fill in some color, like a different type of color, like an orange or something, and see how that looks with this light. I could imagine putting your art onto people's bodies must feel amazing. I draw on people. I like that. Tattooing does seem very cool. Like, I feel a lot of pride when someone's just like, wow, that's badass. But for someone to be like, that is so badass, I want that to envelop my whole chest, and everyone that I see for the rest of my life, their first impression of me is gonna be you, somewhat, like a part of your self projected onto me. That's badass. I definitely thanked Sawyer. Okay. Maddie, hello. Hi. How are you doing? Yeah, you gotta be locked in if you're tattooing anybody else. Yes. I do it on myself a bunch. I can imagine. Oh, Gout, thank you for the follow. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. Peyton, you're doing amazing. This is only my second time watching you. I remember. But your voice is so mesmerizing. Mesmerizing, yes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I like the word mesmerizing. My butt gotta hold at least 40 pounds. Same. Telling us your body metrics isn't oversharing, but that right there might be. What might be? What did I do? Was it when I lifted my leg? I can't remember. Strong calves for sure. Yeah. My legs have always just been like super muscular, but I have like flat feet, so I have plantar fasciitis, so like really muscular and really useless. It's really annoying. I've gotta get some splints to hold it in like this when I sleep. I love how you give detailed responses to every chat. I can't tell if you're making fun of me, cause like I get made fun of for being an old man often, and I have a hard time keeping up with the chat. So you probably said this stuff like 70 minutes ago or something, and I'm finally here because I was off rambling in La La Land somewhere. And you're just waiting for me to get back to tracing my hand, but I'm sitting here looking at you guys and imagining stuff and missing the gifts. Thank you, for sending the rose. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Emoji I can't see. Thank you for sending a kitty cat, it appears. Thank you for roses. Thank you for follows. Thank you for your time, your attention, your follows again. We have 36 brand new followers here. Just a truly a host of beautiful people joining us. That always makes me so happy. I hope you don't mind, I'm back to tracing under my eyes. They really had a hard time today. They were so bloodshot. I was like Sylvester the cat of Looney Tunes when he's trying to kick his bird addiction. That was me today. And you know when you move it, your lid and see under, that was just red. Red as a strawberry, as a raspberry, the reddest thing you've ever seen. Red, 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 red. When I had my leg in the air. Yeah. I guess I forgot that I'm wearing little booty shorts. Are you Libra? No. Hello. Hi. How are you doing? Heart. Genuine is very nice. Excellent. Nas. I love your music. Star. Heart. Thank you for the follows. You're strong, you are wise, and you are loved. You are a mountain. I love your energy. I love your energy. I enjoy the positivity today. I think one person got banned. That's chill. It's entertaining sometimes. But I rather enjoy your energy. Bunch of lovely folk gathered round to see me like give myself spa treatment. How about it? What's the next thing I should I trace my other hand? Or should I just stay on this side for now? I could go on my arm. I could go in between here with some colors. If you have any suggestions as well for what might be cool to see in this red light. It's cool seeing different colors under red lights because the different values. Oh, actually, I see people do art specifically, like with colors that will and won't get, or yeah, with like red and blues, and they'll have a red light on so you can't see the red ink, but you can see the blue, and they'll turn on a blue light so you can see the red ink but not the blue, and it's like a cool effect. I like that stuff. I'm not gonna take this light off because my poor little eyes would burst into flame before you, and I don't really feel like it. What should I do? Alter Ego Adam, thank you for the share. You're strong, you're wise, and you are loved. Easton, thank you for the follow. You're strong, you're wise, and you are loved. Hello, Colton. Hi, how are you today? I had a beautiful day. I hope your days were all beautiful. Mexico won in the World Cup today. Good job, Mexico. Excellent. Okay, bien. Do you live on a res? Not anymore. I used to play volleyball with some res peeps. They were so nice. Yeah, there's lots of volleyball being played here. Soccer is big here. I've never been into soccer. I haven't lived on a res for 9 years since I got out on my own. Time for the arm sleeve. I like that idea. You should do completely opposing patterns, like circles instead of straight lines. I like that. Because Mama said so. Followed the live. Thank you for the follow. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. You could trace the rest of the lines on your hands and fingers too. Like just trace. Or do you mean like go over them again? Pale, thank you for the follow. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. What's a res if you don't mind me asking? A reserve. So I don't know where you're from, but in colonized North America, when Europeans came over here, they, did their thing, violent and treaty and all this stuff, and basically designated small portions of land for the natives to live on, disrupting their ways of life and just kind of jailing them basically in isolated places. That's reserve. So now they're just native communities basically, like your palms. Yes, I understand. Do you want me to draw over them again, or you just like this? Or do you mean my lines? My lifelines? Which line is the... Oh, that one is not on a line. Which line is the who and the where? And I like to do these ones. I enjoy making noises when I draw. That was taught to me by a professional artist I got to draw with in after school care as a child. He was a lovely, lovely gentleman. Beautiful guy. I was very little and he would draw with me often, and he would draw cool things and he would go and just all that stuff. I've been surrounded by ADHD and like stimming folks my whole life. Eric, thank you for the follow. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. Yeah, there's more lines. Oh, you want me to get all the little lines on my... Like, does this little spot count as a line to you? Does my little wrinkles and dimples or lines that appear on my hand, do those count to you? Or am I putting off your feng shui now? A lot of schools from my areas are named Shawnee, Tecumseh, and my school's mascot was a chieftain. I see. I see, but you're not aware of your local res? Or you just haven't heard it called that? Jacob, Zaina, Lily, thank you for the follows. You're strong, you are wise, and you are loved. You live in Ohio? My scout troop was in Tecumseh. Let's see. Yes. Ohio. Just little marks everywhere. How's that? Let me... Maybe if I go like this. Nah. Just nothing's gonna fix these little lines that I don't like. As I... a little better. Do you like that? Little swiping between my little fingers. Yeah, I just never heard the term res. I see. You should draw the outline of states on yourself for giggles. I think I can do Wisconsin. I could probably do the provinces a little better. I was gonna do rounds. can. Oh. None of it might be a difficult province to do the outline of, though, because there's like over 1,000 islands up there. Maybe I'll stick with bubbles. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for 45 follows this stream. Thank you for your shares. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. You are appreciated. You are powerful and lovely. Stick with what your heart desires. Thank you for allowing me to pursue my dreams of drawing little circular guys. What if I drew... What do you think of that? Do you like that guy? Among Us. No. Oh, having my hand raised above my heart is difficult. I'm like I have some sort of hand injury. What do you think of this? Oh, we'll give that little hand a break for a second and do some... What kind of trigger would we like right now? What kind of activity would we like right now? Do we enjoy the drawing? Do we like art-related things at the moment? I have gathered a collection of 4 sketchbooks, and I have 1 current drawing that I'm working on to show you. If you're interested in that, or if you're interested in exploring sounds, or I have a lamp here that needs a battery change, I can screw stuff with you. You'd love to see the drawing. Hey, I live in Wisconsin. Hey, I'm living here. Also, that was an eon ago I mentioned Wisconsin. Shout out Wisconsin Wi-Fi. Faraway land of Wisconsin. What time zone is it there? What day is it? My favorite ASMR is rambling ASMR. So you're like my fave recently. That is so incredible to hear. I have been told that a lot of ASMR is just rambling. I've been told for years I need to do something like with my voice, and I've been told a couple times that I need to ASMR, and a few people have told me many times that I need to ASMR. Like Pixie Lee, and I just didn't know I could. I'm glad you enjoy my rambling nonsense. That's the first thing you'll learn about me in any situation you ever meet me in, is that I ramble. Ramble, ramble, ramble. Love to see the drawing. Drawing is nice. Plus sounds W. Yes. 12:43. What's late? Are you sleepy or are you a little night owl? I find I've been a night owl my whole life, from a family of them. Fuck's sake, these getting me sleepy. Yeah, I bet. Your skin is so clear. Do you use any skincare? It's not that clear. I've got loads of like little pimplies and little guys coming up because it's summer. I got my fair share. It must be the light doing me some favors. My skincare routine involves aloe gel, though. That helps. That helps with a lot of things. Aloe gel cleared my with chafing. It helps with chafing. TMI. I have large legs, so they're just getting roughed up just by me living. The aloe gel cleared that up, and it helps with burns, and it helps with mosquito bites, and it helps with skin. So I use aloe gel and just normal face washing. I use native soap, native brand soap. If native wants to hit me up, or you guys can ignore that. But if native wants to hit me up, does that answer your question? I kind of just rub dirt on my face, and it does this, and it looks clear on the camera. You love aloe gel? Yeah, so do I. You can put aloe on basically everything and it helps. Yes, it does. Shout out to Native Body Wash. Love those things. Yeah, it's cool. I'm going to show you art now. Let's see, shall I turn this light on for you? How does it look on your side? Do you need it brighter? Or did you like the light off? You ever draw spooky stuff like SCP? Yes, I do. SCP. Yes. Not brighter. Thank you. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm a horror artist primarily. This is a part of my little world. If you can see the little mouths down there. This is me practicing drawing with my left hand. I'm also practicing patience again. I used to take a massively long time on a piece and just like sit there and have my head down when I had time as a kid, you know. And I would just take a long time and chip away at one thing, or not chip away, I would just knock it out in 10 hours straight of drawing, you know, stuff like that, or a couple days of high hours of drawing. Right now I have low hours of drawing, so I'm just practicing putting down my lines, sketching, putting down my inks, and putting down any paint I might try to use. I've been trying to include more watercolors. I have watercolors and I've been excited to learn them for a long time. Nice drawing, thank you. Yeah, the deer horns on this drawing reminded me of Wendigoon of the Wendigoon of Wendigo? Yes. What's up, dude? How are you doing? Hello, Kevin. So lovely to see you again. I'm doing excellent today. It was a beautiful, lovely, gorgeous day. I'm happy. How are you doing? You have a really soothing voice. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. It's always lovely to hear that. I'm going to be going through a few little sketchbooks with you. This one is from a couple years ago. Gosh, 2022 is 4 years ago now. This is not my favorite version of this drawing. The idea of just a weird humanoid figure ripping itself apart and like opening a passage or being a passage for other monsters has always been cool to me. Or like a person with a monster portal spewing out of them. I've never really seen that before, except for the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. I think that happens in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, but it's a little different from this. But not much different, I guess. It's just creepy. But for copyright reasons, it's different. That's actually really cool. Thank you. I like it. I just have to try it again. It has more potential. More can be done. What's your favorite horror movie? I have several. I like The Thing from 1982, directed by John Carpenter, starring Kurt Russell, Keith David, Wilford Brimley, Thomas Moffat. Lots of good actors, lots of cool dudes. I've watched it 10 million times. I know all the scenes. I love Misery, Annie Wilkes and James Caan. And I have the book. I have to read it still. It's by Stephen King. Not a massive fan of his, but I liked the first 50 to 100 pages of Pet Sematary. I have to get my own copy of that. But we're not talking about books, we're talking about movies. I love Misery. I know every line. Love, 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 love. Dean Koontz. I don't think I've been at such peace until this live. Me as well. I relate to that. This was a vent page from years ago. My vent pages don't usually look like this. They're often a lot of scribbles and a lot of words. And just a lot on the page. But I have a few that are just like this. Just a little simple drawing in a time that I was feeling not so good. In summary. Does that show up well? Do you need me to turn on a camera or a light rather for you to be able to see? Chatteroni, pizza, and money sign. Thank you for the follows. You're strong, you are wise, and you are loved. Yow. Your life is actually so relaxing. I fell asleep for a bit. Excellent. That's the plan. I'm like a Pied Piper. I'm just gonna try to put you all to sleep, and you will follow when you wake up. Ooh. Like that. Hypnotic, hopefully. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody's chats. Glad I stumbled upon your live yesterday, so am I. I'm glad all these lovely folks have stumbled on in here. It makes me happy. This one could be a tattoo, my vent piece. That's interesting. He's got so many that could be, to be honest. I should take some notes. Cause if you like that, I have a light box, like a little light panel. I could just take that page and draw it onto another page and like enhance and just like try different things with it. Don't know how readable that is on camera. That's a dragon. Blowing fire. It's got like a peacock feather pattern, like a false eye. Then there's a real eye over there. Little fireballs. I like this. I'd like to try more of this. This vibe. I like that a lot. What stories do you read? Currently we are reading Frightful Folklore of North America. It's been very lovely. This is a collection of tales from Greenland to the Panama Canal. So lots of indigenous tales of the different places. It's very lovely. I like it a lot. And I like just horror in general. I like horror as a genre in like all the things that I consume. That was so funny. Wasn't that person? I can't remember which one of you beautiful folks it was saying, show us what you're achieving on. You know, that's going to live in my mind for a while. There's all sorts of stuff that you lovely folks say, and I don't always remember names, but I remember comments a lot better. And I remember the lovely or funny things that are said in the chat. And that's gonna live in my brain. And the one that was living in my brain really strong was the moobs are tough. That is just very funny. Stories I reading that comment again. I have a little collection of books, and I have a handful of horror books that I would love to read with you. If any of you are familiar with the film The Thing, it's based off of The Thing 1982 is considered a remake of The Thing from Another World, which is based off the novella of Who Goes There. And I own that novella, and I would not mind reading that to you lovely folks. That would be cool. That would be lovely. Have you seen Hereditary or Sinister? I've seen Sinister a bit. I wasn't into it. I like Ethan Hawke though. I love Ethan Hawke. He's cool. Maybe I gotta give it another go sometime. I've seen that, and I have not seen Hereditary, but I would like to see Hereditary. It seems... I don't know. I know very little about Hereditary, and I've tried to keep it that way, because somewhere I heard that it was cool or interesting and might be something I like, but I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Do you recommend it? I love all of the different creatures' eyes. Thank you. I love drawing eyes. Eyes has always been one of my biggest things. For years on years on years, I started every drawing with the eyes. And to this day, I start many of my drawings with the eyes. As you can see, I started this drawing on the eyes. Well, as you can see, there are many eyes, first of all. That's what I meant to say. But I started this drawing on the eyes. Started here. The little crescent moon. Yeah, like this. This one I constantly hear and could be a tattoo. I feel like I would like to make some adjustments. So I'll probably go over it with my light box or throw my light box under there, go over it with some pencil, hit it with some pen and ink and tweak it, straighten it out, and get some of those rough edges off of there. What do you think? Would you get that tattooed on you? And maybe finish on a different page, like finish the point so it's a complete thing. Gabs, thank you for the follow. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. The Appalachian Mountains, man, these are genuinely awesome. Thank you, Danielle. You are genuinely awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your kind words, everybody. Thank you for your follows. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your time, your attention. I hope you are taking care of yourself. Were you all here when I smudged? Should I smudge again? This is for you. It may be a little dried up. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm mixed up on wrestling as a trigger. Sometimes wrestling is nice, but in moderation. I don't really like constant wrestling. I just like I'm just thinking, and I just switch between my stims, and I just wrestle, and I click my tongue, and I do all this stuff. I like it rotating. I like it being gentle. What do you think? Hereditary is one of the only horror movies where my jaw genuinely dropped in some scenes. Recommend. I've heard that. I love movies. I love all sorts of movies. I'm a bit of a snob. I think just as an artist and as an overactive brain, I have a tendency to analyze and have a need and hunger to just think and overthink. So I can never just like watch something. I've got to have opinions. I got to have thoughts and theories, and I got to tear it apart and build it back up in my mind and reverse engineer tricks and all this stuff and whatever knowledge I have and try to make stuff up and I just very actively, I feel, watch things. So I like all sorts of stuff. I think that I can get entertainment from all sorts of different genres, whether that's like a serious, nerdy film, some like just like I like a character, so I don't know if that's really normie or if that's deeply nerdy. Just depends on who you are, you know. I like various different films from around the world and different times. I like Czech films, they're cool. I like French film is cool. It gets a lot of shit, but I've seen a handful of cool French films. French has cool film history, but I think a lot of it gets overshadowed by it being perverse, but also a lot of the cool history is its perversion, I guess. I don't know. I need to learn a little more about it. But it's being alternative and being experimental. That's like usually what's cool, and then that also is like maybe I need to learn more about the politics of the time to understand it. That's what I mean. Right there. That right there, I couldn't just settle with I like French film. I had to tell you every single like thought I had on French film just because I cannot chill out. why I'm telling you all these things, I forget. The original thought that I had was, I don't know, I'm just talking. Hello, how are you doing today? It is so lovely to see you here again. I'll catch up on the chat. Hereditary is great. I most recommend having a blanket. I always do. There's very few movies that I have to cover my face in. One of my earliest traumas was the movie The Grudge. My mother and my baby brother and my family in general kind of just terrorized me a lot because I was a scaredy cat. I always have been. I've always been highly emotional in every way. That includes scaredness. I was very easy to scare, and I still am. And I'm very combative. I'm the fight aspect usually. In my instincts, my fight or flight instincts is very. I usually scream "fuck you" when I get scared, and I don't mean to. And it's like not. It's just whatever is scaring me. So no, not even. It's like the noise. It's not even you usually, unless you're being mean to me. Then I'll scream at you, but I'll just scream it when you accidentally scare me. I don't mean to. It's just I'm just ready to go at it. Definitely had to watch some SpongeBob after Hereditary. That's so funny. I'm in wrestling. That's cool, Asa. Wrestling is cool. I did a tiny bit of wrestling in like middle school, and the little exercises they had us doing where people had to flip you over. Nobody could flip me over. They were calling me the frog, which is cool because I adore frogs, and I've always been called the frog by one person or another for different reasons. It's funny. Asa, thank you for the follow. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. I'm the opposite. I'm such a bad movie critic. Still really enjoyed the Emoji Movie. I see. Yeah. So I guess that's part of what I was getting at. Is we'll probably have slightly different tastes, just depending on what you like. I do like to just watch a movie that's not necessarily like on Criterion Collection or that's not high art. I don't have to be watching high art at all times, but I'm picky. You know, I'm gonna be spending my time here. I wanna watch and enjoy this. I don't wanna watch when I'm feeling this way and feeling that way. I hate watching things in theaters. I like my own TV with my own controller, my own volume control. Oh, I used to enjoy listening on my headset as well. That was so lovely. That's where scary movies will get you. The movie Possum, I adore that movie. I'd like to make some art of that movie because it has very cool imagery. And I've been studying it a little bit. And you may see a little bit of that posted on the TikTok. I hope you folks enjoy the art I posted on TikTok. I plan on posting more, but I also plan on posting readings and which is to say reading stories, not like tarot readings. I am not knowledgeable in any of that. I was catching up on the chat. My brother fell asleep before the scary part so he wouldn't have to watch it. That is so funny. Yeah. Yeah. That is such a funny instinct to like he forces himself to fall asleep when he's scared. I can't. I just whatever I'm watching is out to get me. I'm sure there's so many lines of thought that I've totally bailed on in talking to you and I just forgot. One of them I did just remember was when I was talking about The Grudge. That was one of my earliest traumas, and I got bothered by it a lot. My mother, famously, one of my classic stories that I used to find quite funny was my mother had taken a shower, and she came into my room and put all of her hair down over my face, hanging over my face, like dripping water on me, and like dragging her hair across my face, my sleeping face. And she, if you don't know The Grudge, or if you know The Grudge, she went and did that to wake me up, because that's the sound that the ghost lady in The Grudge, I cannot remember her name at the moment, but I usually know her name, that she makes. Like Sadako? Or is that The Ring? Can't remember. She made that noise, and I woke up and I punched her in the nose. It's fight. My reaction is always fight. It's always fight. Obsession is also up there with Hereditary in terms of Scarg, in my opinion. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I'd have to watch one of them to see, like, what it is about it. It sounds like a shocking movie, but I can't tell just by people talking about it. Oh, I've been restricted. It's violent and criminal. Huh? Violent and criminal behavior. Why? I've been flagged for behavior. How do I tell them that's wrong? Sadako was The Ring? I thought so. I can't remember which one was The Grudge. Oh, probably because I was talking about my mother. Yeah, she scared me, and I woke up in that way, and I won't talk about it, I guess. New update on TikTok makes it really weird and sensitive. I mean this with no disrespect, but do you have autism? Yes, I do. The Grudge was so good. Shout out The Ring too. Did you watch? Okay, now this is where I am the way that I am. Did you watch the original? It is so horrifying. If you were scared by The Grudge, the American Grudge, I watched it as an adult after as like a 17-year-old, I think. So as an adult, I was living on my own at that point, so I adjusted my little tie as an adult. At 17, I rewatched The Grudge. I decided that I would not allow that fear to hold on to me, that I was going to face it because I could, because it wasn't going to kill me, and it wasn't going to maim me, and I was reasonably sure that it would not crawl through the screen and get me, but I couldn't be sure until I had watched it. The curiosity was killing me, so I had to watch it. So I watched it, and I got, I felt the trauma trigger a few times, and the fear, and I tensed up, and I shook, and I felt tears, and I felt that slightly the first time I watched the American remake of The Grudge, for 1 millisecond. But the rest of the movie was total garbage. It was so bad. It was not pleasant or good or well made. I'm just not really a fan of Sam Raimi. I don't like the way he makes his movies. I like M. Night Shyamalan 50-50. Those guys are kind of in the same space in my head. But I think Sam Raimi makes stuff I just don't like. And I've appreciated some of his stuff. But when I'm not going to watch it on purpose. I might show somebody it just to have something on if they're curious. Anyway, you were talking about, well, I won't say it. What tribe are you from? I cannot say. I would dox myself. But I am of several. My parents are of different ones, and I lived on a different one from one they're from, and I'm just like, I hung out and I lived in Vancouver for a while, and like I've been around Squamish, and I've got family in many different nations. Just reading that, do you have autism? Yes, I do. I prefer the original. That's cool. I watched the original by myself on a Halloween night. All the lights off. The only light I had in my house was the jack-o'-lantern I had made. It was a little uwu face. Just a tiny little, like, pen-sized hole for an eye and an eye, and like a little W. And that was like it. And I was like, yeah, my friend is busy tonight, and I love Halloween. And last year I watched a spooky movie, and I can't even remember what in the world I could have watched the previous year, but it got shit on by the original Japanese grudge called Ju-on. Ju-on the Grudge. What a beautiful movie. It's so cool. I've also watched that director's short films. They're posted on YouTube. So his short films are like the original concepts. Like the cat boy, the meowing boy. God, that short film horrified me. That meowing kid was horrendous and terrifying to me. Yes, movies and art is his trains. You're saying are you responding to someone, or are you just saying that? Yes, this made me laugh. Yeah. Hello, Zach. Hello, so lovely to see you. How are you doing today? You're native, correct? Yes, I am. That is correct. Clapdot, thank you for the follow. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. Do you like anime? I like some anime. I watched it a lot as a teenager. I liked romance anime the best. But as I got older, as I stopped being a teenager, I stopped being able to enjoy them because I wasn't a teenager no more. I like, yeah, different stuff. Like adult romances. You ever heard of Humans Lick 2? I don't know. What is it? What medium is that? Is that a title of a thingy, or is that a idiom? What manner of phrase have you given to me? I'm good. You? I'm doing fantastic. Beautiful day today. Beautiful, gorgeous, excellent time. Had some anxiety, and then it went away. That feels good. Able to chill out some, draw some. I've been going through some sketchbooks slowly, showing you folks, and just rambling. What does Humans Lick to? Opinion on OP? Pardon? Original poster? OP. Oh, were you? Is that an anime? I don't. One Piece. I've seen one or two episodes of it because a beautiful, lovely friend of mine is into it. But that's about it. I watched it with him. He loves it, and I love to hear about One Piece. I like to see the characters, and I like to hear about the arcs. But I'm never gonna watch it. I'm not really into shows. I like movies. I like being able to watch something over either between 1 and 3 sessions to finish it. within a reasonable time frame. Now you can finish a show in that time frame, but you'd be watching, like, depending on the show, 8 hours of show a day. That's a full-time job. I'm trying to do other things, but I'm also not trying to watch one show for the next 8 months. So what do? I have to binge it. And then cliffhangers. Woof. I don't know. Shows are tough for me, but I like a lot of shows. I've seen a lot of shows and enjoyed them, but getting me to watch a show, it gets harder and harder every show I see, especially if it's bad. Or especially if it's good and then it gets bad. Like, I liked Carnival Row. I liked Salem. I can't remember if it's just called Salem or Witches of Salem or whatever. I liked what's another show that I liked? Outer Banks at the beginning. That's cool. And then I hated it. Oh gosh, those are all shows that started with a cool season or two and then just went like into hell and caused me strife and agony. When we were talking about comics last night, what did you say your favorite one was? I forgot. I don't think I talked. Did I talk about a favorite comic? I talked about a comic that I had, and my favorite hero being Prime from the Ultraverse, from Ultraverse Comics. Just because that's all I've really read. I haven't read a lot of stuff. Probably my favorite comics that I have read would be Lock and Key. I'm still working through it. It's cool. As someone who loves One Piece, it's extremely repetitive. Yeah, it seems like it. I don't know, just shows aren't really my thing, so watching one of the infamous or famously, like, longest running shows out there, or I don't know if it's like the longest out there. I don't know, just a long running show. Just not really my tempo. Can I show you more of my art? It's a little character of mine. They've gone through some changes recently. I have new ideas for them. I'd like to draw more of them and show you soon. Lately, I've been really feeling in my bag. This is from years ago when I was kind of on a roll, when I was finding a lot of creative juices flowing through my little fingers and just a lot of, well, I hesitate to say inspiration because of the way people treat inspiration and motivation and stuff, but I was feeling inspired and motivated. You know, it does some stuff, but I also have learned to draw a lot without inspiration and motivation. But I was particularly inspired here. Do you need the light on? Do you hunt? No, I do not. You ever thought about bringing a game developer? Bring the game dev to me. Are you ordering me around? I imagine you meant being. Yes, I would love to be part of game development. I have at least one friend who would love to make a game with me. I think only thing with shows are they're very repetitive. Yes, very repetitive, can go very long and just like varying quality, and it's a big time sink. And because of what I was saying to you earlier, I can find something in like everything that I watch. So I'll like trick myself. Surely it'll get better. this I can appreciate. Maybe they meant this. And just like, I could delude myself all day, and then after 30 hours, I'd realize that I hated every moment. Or just like, it wouldn't feel nice after a while. So I just try to avoid shows without even. I try not to check out too many shows unless I'm pretty sure I'll like them. But also, the way I like to consume my media, I like to watch one movie, and then that movie is my whole life. It's in my daydreams, it's in my night dreams. I'm playing the music of it in my head. I'm playing the fucking clips on my phone. I'm playing the dialogue again in my head. I'm memorizing. I'm hearing stories about it. I'm finding stories about it. I'm into it. I'll eventually watch videos about it, but I'll often try to watch it a second time first. And I'll get different types of watches out of it. And like, that's how I like to watch movies. I just like to like I was about to liken it to the part of Fantastic Mr. Fox where he tears the food apart and he goes, and he's just like going crazy, and then he goes, and then just calmly walks out. But I think I'm kind of like an Anton Eagle. This is only good if I say it's good. Like that. And then I'll eat some peasant food and go like, little brain blast. Something made by a rat that's just like a food, a struggle meal. And then I'm like, this has changed my life. So, you know, it varies. Oh, you gots to go, Danielle. I'm happy to have come across your stream. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are awesome. I hope you were here to see that. Farewell. Have a beautiful night. Hope to see you again. So lovely to have you. Hopefully I'll be streaming again tomorrow if all goes well. We'll see what we have planned. And I'll probably post it in my story if I am or if I amn't. And, no, but that's my personal opinion. I didn't see that. You ever thought about what's its name? Could not possibly tell you what I was talking about when you said that. I totally forgot. I answered the do you hunt question, I think. Have you seen Black Phone and Black Phone 2? No, but I like Ethan Hawke. I might watch him someday, but I don't have any plans to. What if the movie is bad? What if... I've watched many bad movies. Depending on how bad they are, there's something to gain for me, some sort of entertainment. Whether it's just the story of me waiting for a movie for a year. The first time I've ever done this. The first time I've ever, like, fanboyed, kind of. Yeah. The first time I've ever heard news of something and been like, I wait with bated breath. My face turns blue, and then I remember that it's 1 year away, and I count down the months and the days and the weeks, and I count them down because the cast and because of all these things. And then I watched the movie, and I hated it just because it didn't do anything that it had promised to do, that it was a coward, that it could have gone with great bombast and all this cool stuff, and then they played it weirdly. And I'm referring to the movie The Dead Don't Die. I don't like that movie. I was so excited to see it. It had Tom Waits in it, one of my favorite people, favorite artists. He's cool. He's a cool actor. He's got awesome music that I adore. I was so excited. Do you hear? Am I getting louder? I feel like I'm emoting in a combative way. I was so excited. And then I watched it, and it was kind of weird And I was like, yes, it's weird, excellent. And I was waiting for it to like go off the rails, and like slowly did over like 2 hours, and then literally the last 10 minutes, I don't know, it was too little for me. I think it should have really pushed into being a very strange movie, but it was just like kind of quirk chungusy and uh really cringe in some parts, where there was like it felt like a 10-minute scene of children on a screen, telling you about climate change and the environment and stuff like that. And then there was just random scenes of Tom Waits walking around, just being a homeless gentleman and saying, some weird shit's going on here. Some creepy shit's going on here. And I adore Tom Waits. They wasted that man. I don't know what happened. If it was executives, if it was writers, if it was this and that, it was terrible. It was awful. So, when a movie is bad, that's what I gain. Is a story is like my topest favorite part of that. But also, there is value in watching things that you don't, that make you uncomfortable. I don't think you need to do it all the time. Another movie I didn't like was Don't Look Up. It didn't feel competent. It just felt like limp. Those movies felt limp to me. They didn't go hard enough at anything. They're just limp. I'm not limp. I do not like limp. So, yeah. There's something to gain, even if you didn't necessarily have a good time. Make some good food just in case, so you can have a tasty meal and a full stomach while you get shit on. Excuse me. I find I don't really cuss that much in the streams, but in reality, I'm quite a potty mouth. Do you like? I get restricted every time, but I don't cuss. Do you like me being a 18 plus streamer who doesn't cuss, or should I cuss more? Anyway, film. The artwork. What's its name? The artwork? It doesn't have a name. Right now, the only word or phrase associated with it is Two Spirit. Maybe Spirit's their name. I've been writing stuff about them, and I've been trying out thumbnailing. I was gonna say concept art, but I don't understand concept art. There's a lot of things going on there to know and to keep in mind, and I don't know, I'm just trying to find out how my brain likes to think and how I like to organize my art. I see a moth. Little fluttering moth. So, I can't remember what I was saying. Depends on what kind of bad. Yes. There was a movie that was just so heinous. It's called The Confederate. And I got it because it was like a cheap movie at Walmart that I'd never heard of or seen anything about. And I just liked going into pawn shops or into Walmart in the $5 bin and picking out random CDs and random DVDs. I like physical media. And I just liked... God, we have 52 new followers this stream. Thank you, lovely, beautiful people. I hope I didn't miss any of you. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your follows. Thank you for your shares, time, attention, peace, and love to you. You are adored. I like physical media. And I collect. And I picked up this movie called The Confederate. And it was just this low, tiny budget trash. And I learned, like, I didn't, I wasn't aware of how the Civil War was treated in media by different groups. And I've learned that more recently. So it's interesting how that works. How I watched this movie and just consumed it blindly, not understanding a lot of things. It was a trash movie. It was not good. It's just like no name actors and no name director, no name anybody's, and just like the most garbage thing ever. It was poor quality, like Nokia camera, Nokia phone or something, and just like the audio and the video, it was trash all around the board, and it just makes a funny story. And then it makes an interesting like encapsulation of a phenomenon of people recounting history, let's say. And just leave it at that for now. Just interesting. What was it about 28 years that you didn't like? Oh, Nas? I really dislike 28 years later, and 28 days and 28 weeks later were amazing though. I absolutely abhor with every ounce of my being the film 28 Weeks Later. I think that is truly one of the worst things I've ever seen and one of the most incomprehensibly unpleasant experiences of my movie viewing life. I liked a couple scenes from it. I liked the beginning, obviously. Everybody liked that. That's the only part of the movie that's good. Because it's playing In the House in a Heartbeat. That's the song. But it wasn't experimental. And it wasn't cool. It wasn't strange. It was just like an Americanized remake, basically. It was... And Jeremy Renner. Woof. 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 Excuse me, Sometimes when I'm overcome with malice and hatred, my mind just stays on one word to just like try to encapsulate what I'm feeling. Or a sound, I'll go, ugh. That's another sound that works for that movie for me. I like 28 Days Later a lot. It's experimental. It's uncomfortable. It's beautiful. It's scary. It's weird. It's dreamlike. I have very intense dreams. I have crazy dreams. I could have dreamt that movie. I have dreamt that movie. I have run for my life. I've lived months on the run. I've lived these lives in my dreams where the world is just out to get me. And that's what it feels like when I'm watching 28 Days. I love that movie. 28 Weeks Later, I like the scenes in the dark. They're kind of cool, but I don't think they do enough to be like, yeah, I love those scenes. I like the scene when the dad chews on the wife's face. He gets infected. That's gnarly and cool. Evan the Gooner, thank you for the follow. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. But what do you think about that, Nas? Can we still be friends even though I hate that movie? And I adore 28 Years Later. I think it's very beautiful. I think how they portray masculinity is very beautiful. And the memento mori, that's beautiful. I think that movie was so gorgeous. And it was weird because it was being directed again by, gosh, what's his name? Danny Boyle, who also directed Sunshine. Love Sunshine, so lovely. I wish I could get it in Blu-ray, but I don't know if it's just like, if it was big enough. Was it only in standard definition? But it was back being like directed and produced by Danny Boyle, and I think co-directed as well. just written by other people. It was cool. It was weird. It was beautiful. I cried so much. So much. Very much. It was very beautiful to me. What's your favorite food? A couple years ago, I would have said chili, but slowly over time, I just like the favorite foods. It's really hard to say. I like to make enchiladas, beef enchiladas. I loved making empanadas. Those are favorites. I love dumplings. I love all sorts of dumplings. Those are some favorites. I love that dumplings are basically in every culture. There's like pierogies and Chinese dumplings and Japanese dumplings and pot stickers and all different stuff. I like dumplings. I like food. I like native food. I love herring roe. Just little eggs, usually shat onto some like kelp. But some people use cedar boughs for herring to put their eggs onto, and it gives it a different type of flavor. And that's so cool. The different things you have your herring lay roe on makes me want so much more herring roe. It's is a cultural thing. You probably won't like it if you're not used to eating like fish eggs. They're little, they pop, they have a strong flavor, they cook very quickly, easy to rubberize and like mess it up. But I love them. I like it. Ooh, you're making me hungry. Salmon. Oh, goodness gracious. One of these days I'd like to do a cooking stream with you. I was thinking I'd like to bake. I want to make bannock. And I don't know if you would find that cringe. I guess I don't care. Or if it's like whatever. But I like making bannock. I like it. I love bannock. That's a favorite food. Does that answer your question? I'm a huge fan of old black and white movies that layer cut film, crazy set work, and live actors. Yes, that's very cool. I love Akira Kurosawa films for all the crazy film history and the cool effects and the classic trivia that you'll hear and some people might recognize, and then like you can go deeper and find more and more and more interesting cool things. So many cool parts of film history there, so many cool adaptations and original pieces and all these things and how they influenced and affected everything. I love film with history. So much talent and detail, yes. Just how far they branched out from the older movies. Basically, I see. The vibe of apocalyptic England was gone, and 28 years later. Well, it's apocalypse is like end of the world, so it's just an outbreak in quarantined or in like infected England and Britain. It's the UK, so I think it's cool that they go out into different parts of it, because it's not all city. And I like how the infected evolved, because it was established in the first movie that they need to eat. They cannot just outlast. And it was established in the first movie that they can speak. They swear at you and they talk to you and different things, and just all these interesting things that were like there in the first movie are expanded on in 28 years, I feel like. And then, oh gosh, I really need to rewatch that movie. I think it's so beautiful. 28 weeks later felt like a G.I. Joe movie. Yes, the scene where the helicopter pilot uses the blades of the helicopter to cut off their heads, like the heads of like a massive, like, horde of zombies, like in World War Z. I thought that movie was cool when I was a kid. I think the game's cool. It's fun. I don't think that's the tempo of 28 days later in that world to me. It's just not it. And it's like, it was like a Looney Tunes, it felt like. It felt like a cartoon. And then it went into slow motion. And it spent so long cutting their heads off. And it was so trash. I was pissed off that whole movie. And just, like I said, Americanized. Taking over and not. And like all the weird. Like they just jerking the camera around. And it's just missed the mark on everything to me. Missed the mark. Having said that, I love that you like it. I love that for you. I think it's cool having people who just like different things from you. I don't feel the need to make you like it or dislike it. I like this energy though. I like to say, blah, here's all the things that I thought, blah, 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 blah. And I like that you listen to me. And I like that you follow just to hear me talk about random anythings. I like that. I like you guys. You lovely folks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your follows. Thank you for your likes and your shares and your time and your energy. This is for you, little flower, all dried up but still quite pretty. But yeah, I also am a hater. I've been a hater my entire life. I was a little kid and I was such a hater. Me and my baby brother hating on everything. Hating on Elmo and Sesame Street, but we had to have it on. Hating on Barney and all those dinosaurs, but I had to have it on. You know, I've always been a hater and a lover at the same time. It's very funny to me. I like liking things and I like hating things, and I hate trying to like something that I really want to like and then finding that it falls flat. Those are the things that I hate the most, and hate in the most sincere way, without the attitude I often have with things that I dislike, where I enjoy chewing them apart and yelling at people about it, or yelling not for your differing opinion, but just yelling because you'll listen to me. I like that. But there are some things that I wanted to like, that I was excited to like, or that I think is so close to something that I would adore, but falls flat. And those ones I hate. Like Star Wars is like that for me. But Star Wars is cool. It has some cool stuff, and I hate it. But that's cool. And I like that people like it. That's cool. Learning about how 28 days later got London to pause for a couple minutes for the scenes is wild. Yeah, it's cool. Let's see. My all-time favorite still might be Halloween 2018. Is that Rob Zombie's Halloween? Or is that called something else? There's a couple that are just Halloween. I've watched a lot of them by accident. I like the first Halloween because it's a John Carpenter piece, and I adore John Carpenter. Everything that man does, gosh, I adore that man. He's so cool. Anybody I've met that's met him, you piss me off. That's supposed to be my experience. I would love to meet that man. That's one of my dreams. That's a dream of mine, is to meet that fellow. He's made just some of my favorite stuff. Cigarette Burned is a cool short film by him that's just awesome. That's so cool. There's so many things I want to draw from those. And he made in the Mouth of Madness. That's so badass. That's so cool. I want to draw things from it. And he made They Live. I love that. I want to draw things from it. Everything he makes, he feels like an artist. He does music on his stuff, and he just does all these weird, cool ideas and these like brain busters. You could be thinking and thinking and thinking, or you just watch two dudes whoop on each other for like 20 minutes straight. It's just so cool. I think he's a very cool director. I like him a lot. So I like the original Halloween, alright. And that's about it for Halloween. Don't know much about the other ones. I love food. I adore food. I'm hungry. Honestly, city zombie movies are becoming so boring to me, so repetitive. I'd be curious to watch like Train to Busan with you. Cause you have not watched it, right? That's like one of those that's widely known for being really good. And that's for a lot of people like their first Korean movie or first foreign film. That's badass. That's a good one. That's one of my early ones. That like when I was a teenager, 13 or 14, watching that. Or was I older? I can't remember. But I was a teen. And that was one of my early foreign films. Headed to bed. Good night. Good night, Zach. Lovely having you here again. Nah, Michael Myers. Was that in response to me asking if that was the Rob Zombie? Yeah, Mike Myers. Michael Myers, that is. Excuse me, Mike Myers. I make that mistake too. That's funny. Rob Zombie. Yeah, sleepy. Rob Zombie was a. Rob Zombie's an artist. He's a musical artist and he directs movies. He directed one of the Halloween remakes. That's what I was referring to. This is another drawing of mine. This is an early iteration of my mouth cliffs and my landscape. I hadn't yet started making this world in dipping pen yet. The drawing on the other page of spirit of this I can't tell. I always remembered this being in dipping pen, but usually I can feel the texture. I think it was done with just a fine tipped pen. Yeah, seems like it. They remind me of the features from A Quiet Place, creatures from A Quiet Place. The noisy guys. Brother, I have a great idea. You should do ASMR while drawing and become the next Bob Ross. I have done a little bit of ASMR drawing. I have a nice little easel that's pleasing, that makes nice clicky clacks and scratching noises. Just gotta get some stuff set up. That'd be cool. Eventually we'll do some of that. Right now, I really like this. I like just yapping and yapping and yapping and showing you art and showing you my doodads around and smudging you and talking to you and all this stuff. I like the current vibe. We'll stick to this until we got some more lovely folks around who have suggestions. Alright, because you have a suggestion. I'm not shooting you down. expect to see it in the future, basically, is what I'm saying. It's another little guy, mine. Little idea I've been drawing for ever and ever. This little beat up dude with a hole in his head, just healing up. I've been drawing imagery like that since I was very young, or for years. So it's very cool to watch it evolve in my sketchbooks. This is one of the early pages of my books that's in dipping pen. I used dipping pen in 9th grade a bit in art class, but I never owned one of my own until a couple of years ago doing these. So I dripped onto stuff with like red, and I dripped, and then went around it. I dripped a bit up here and then kind of brought it out into shapes. You love the apps too? Excellent. That's good to hear. Do you like to see just random pages like this? I like this page. That comes from the same reason I like lots of movies, just I can analyze it and get whatever I want from it, right? Or not necessarily what I want, but I can get stuff out of it rather. Like I can find value in this page. Do you feel the same? Or do you prefer like the pieces I was kind of handpicking for you before? The more comprehensive or readable stuff, or stuff that feels more inspired. This was like a page this is a cover up. There's something back there, a mask I was trying to make, and I didn't really like it, and I didn't have a good concept for it or idea or nothing, and I just got upset, and I had this face here, and I went over it heavy with ink, and I made that little page into something I like. I like the textures on his face and his hair. I like random doodle pages like that. I like picking out little parts. That's so cool. Yes, excellent. Thank you for the likes, lovely folks. 15,000 likes. 15,000 soldiers. Can you dig it? I guess 52 soldiers. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes. You're strong, you are wise, and you are loved. If you enjoy my presence, remember to follow for more art, for more storytelling, for more ASMR, and for more live streams. And just for me, I suppose. I like this little guy. He's weird. This is like, just the profile. It's the silhouette. It was one of my go-to doodles just for a long time when I was like learning faces. I was so upset with how poorly I drew faces as a 16-year-old that I found like my quick way, and I went forehead, and I just practiced that, and I just practiced because it took me a long time to get there. I made a face, and I made profiles, and they went this way and that way and that way and this way, and then I just kept on doing it until I could try to simplify it, or I felt good about it, and then I tried to simplify it and complexify it and go back and forth, and then this one was that, where I was just doodling and I didn't know what to draw, and I defaulted to my normal profile face, and I hated that, and I was upset, and I just figured I should make something out of it, make something different out of it. So I made this little poison talking, sort of like Naga inspired mythical guy. Imagine him dwelling in a cave, whispering out to you hypnotic words, enticing promises, just weaving things into your mind, attracting you into a cave full of toxins. Are they toxins if they're in the air? Is that toxin? Yeah. There's venom that has to be bit into you. Yes. Hello, Ella. So lovely to see you. This was a little practice I did with pencil. That was, oh, it's similar. Yeah, my brain. So this was a practice I did in pencil of just kind of stream of consciousness, turning scribbles into art. So I just went around like that and did random stuff until I started finding shapes and making stuff, and I made this little weird statue guy that I was calling I'm so sorry for all that noise just now. I'm calling him Turkey Jim because I was getting made fun of for his little turkey bone limbs, turkey legs. But yeah, in my head, the story for that was just like a Hannibal Lecter situation, just somebody taking bits and making a guy, making a statue. And then I'd learn about like famous sculptures of like the ballerina that was supposedly like made with human parts inside of it. And I think that artist was like is theorized to have been Jack the Ripper. I'ma head out. Loved the vibes tonight. Have a good night. I'll probably head out in the next 10 minutes as well. 2 hours and 30 minutes has been the magic number lately. It's as much as my stomach can handle and my little head. So I'll probably be out here soon. It was so lovely having you here again, Ineffable. So lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for viewing my art. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. You are a mountain. This is a piece that I know Pixie enjoys, but that I was very upset with when I made it. And I still feel upset about it. Just some ink wash, some of my early brushing. I still need a lot of practice. I say early like I've been doing it a lot, but I haven't. Just like a little underwater escape. Little made up little alien fishies. And this like a little beat up face. Is that in focus for you? The Squirtinator. I might know you. Excuse me. Thank you for the follow. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. We may have met before. Excuse me. Little critter page. Purple Nurple. Oh, you didn't follow, you just joined. Excuse me. Sorry for calling you out like that. I like that name. Little doodle page. I like this doodle page. It's one of the earlier doodle pages. With a bunch of cool little guys and random little scenes going on. Would it focus better if I had the light on? Okay, that looks better to me. Is that too bright for you? It's too bright for me. Shucks, now you gotta follow. Exactly. Some peer pressure for you. A little zombie guy. Little skin melting off. And a little hole in the skull. And some more skin melting off. And like a weird little creature there. Remind me of, if you've ever seen the movie Big Trouble in Little China, directed by John Carpenter. There's like a little eyeballed creature that roams around and keeps watch. It's a little critter page. Dangle. Thank you for sharing the live. You're strong, you're wise, and you are loved. Purple Nurple. Thank you for following. Unprompted. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. You are a mountain. I hope you guys like a little show and tell. I like these drawings. I haven't looked at them for a little bit. Not crazy long, just a couple months, I think. I like these parts in red. I washed it out a little bit with water and kind of like that effect on it, and I drew in there with my left hand, and then this stuff all out here was done with my right hand. I just like that different sort of vibe, or just like that little difference. I don't know how much you can tell. I feel like I can tell it immensely. The Squirtinator. Thank you for sharing the live. You're strong, you're wise, and you are loved. Sammy. Thank you for following. You are strong, you are wise, and you are loved. Sammy. That's so cool. You loved that one. Excellent. Thank you for your love. Can you see this okay? I like this one alright. It's not very elegantly done to me, but I like that it's so weird. It kind of like reminds me of No, I'm Not Human. Just like proportions are, just like the art style is like rough, and I like that feeling. I've always liked that drawing. And this is like, I like the texture on him. Look at that tentacle. The tendril. How satisfying is that? I love that. I like this thing. I've got lots of ideas for it. Gives uncanny vibes. Yeah, I like that about this over here. That's what I was trying to describe. Your brushwork is awesome. You use your space well. Thank you. Yeah, I did that with a little like felt tipped pen. Haven't used a ton of those, but I enjoy them. I enjoy exploring them. And thank you. Thank you for your kind word. I like this page, okay? Ignore this hideous part. I hate this part. I think I ruined it so bad. I was trying to like mix medias, but I just had too cheap of a pen for this, and I messed it up. But I like what's going on up here. I'd like to bring my light box to this and trace over it and make a cool, complete work out of it. Slay. You like it? Thank you, Maddie. I believe you followed. I recognize a Maddie. I think I've seen several Maddies follow, though. If I recognize you, it's so lovely to see you. And if you're new, it's so lovely to see you. I like it alright. I hate the blue part, though. Crazy. I always feel scared to use pens just because I can't fix my mistakes later. Yeah, that's the common thing that is scary about it. That's what I like about it a lot. I didn't like that one because the pen was cheap. If I had a higher quality pen, I think that I could have done some real work. But everything I do, I feel like I enjoy being challenged. So that's like video games, and I got to be testing myself every movie I watch, and like art. I've always got to be learning and growing and having fun and challenging myself to all this different stuff. And pen feels like a really good step, and I enjoy it a lot. And these that I'm showing you now are from years ago. In a lot of ways, I've grown so much in a lot of ways. And I wonder how much this shows in my art. But I feel you. Ink and all that permanent stuff is a bit creepy sometimes. It's a commitment. This drawing was based on a face that I can make. Love your profile picture. What is Maddie's? Is that a? Oh, yeah, this is a raccoon. Yeah, I like that. That's a great mindset to have, challenging yourself to work harder. It's great until I'm trying to relax. Sometimes I can stress myself out with it. Everything in moderation. My instinct to always be challenging myself sometimes means that I overstimulate or overwork myself when I could have benefited from some chill time. But I like that aspect of me. I like to grow. I like the feeling of growth. I like gaining knowledge. I like gaining experiences. I like creating. So I've just been showing you kind of random drawings from this book. You can't hear my stomach going, can you? Pixie, how are we feeling? Is it time to end? Should I finish this sketchbook? Or how do you feel? I'm hungry. I could probably use some time in the kitchen and make some sandwiches. Now looking at that on the camera feels strange to me. Feels different from. Is this like the phenomenon that digital artists use in their drawings, where they flip it? They flip the layer. Is that what I'm feeling right now? I feel like it's off, but it's also like an incomplete figure. So it's like what even is proportionate on this thing? Like, how do you judge its proportions and its depth and its values? It's just like a weird abstract thing. I like it. Gonna go eat your donuts? Does that mean you're leaving? Food? Okay, I'll finish this sketchbook and then we'll end. There's only a couple pages. I'll be quick. This was a little creature I saw in a dream. There's a bunch of them. Me and Pixie were chosen as some sort of ambassadors for humanity and shuttled to this like sacred place that looked very like Ghibli like. Is that Hayao Miyazaki? Is that his name? But yeah, like very that. There's a bunch of these guards. Just a cool little face, abstracted silhouette that I like. Kind of got a little lip going on. Just realized your profile picture is still that ridiculous edit. I changed it everywhere else. You don't like my profile picture? Little drawing I did about 2 years ago now. So I've got to do something about the sky. Might have a couple ideas. I like this. What do you think? Do you like this? This is my little world I'm making. Wow, that reminds me of the visuals in Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, I have heard that. I think just because of this little, like, bowing thing. I don't know what other things in common it has with Nightmare on Christmas Street. It gives kind of Coraline vibes. It's cool. Huh. I like this little world of mine. I also think it's cool. Yes. Interesting. I'd be curious to look into your mind and see the images that come to you. What do you think, Pixie? Does that remind you of Coraline and Nightmare on Christmas Street? Pixie likes those a lot as well. I think I've watched Coraline before, but my first time watching Nightmare on Christmas Street was with you. I like this page. That too, the structuring of it. I see. I like this drawing. That was the last page in the book. The structuring. Coraline, huh? Thank you, lovely, beautiful, delectable people who have graced me with your presence today. Thank you to the 48 lovely people viewing. Remember to follow if you enjoyed my presence here today. I was gonna smudge, but I'll save it for. I'll probably be live tomorrow. Whether I am or amn't, I shall post about it in the story. Or Pixie will post it for me. I'm quite sleepy. I'm quite hungry. I hope you had a beautiful time. I certainly did. I liked chatting with you. I liked showing you my art. I liked drawing with you a little bit. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. You're strong, you're wise, and you are loved. Your presence is appreciated. You are appreciated. You are powerful. You are a mountain. And I believe in you. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Oh yes, remember to check out the YouTube for more of me. Right now it's VODs. Currently, the YouTube is for VODs. In the future, it will be for more. Good night, lovely folks. Good night. Good night. Good night. So lovely seeing you here today. You're strong, you're wise, and you're loved. Watch some TikTok VODs. Yeah, if you missed out. Yes, 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 yes. Lovely, beautiful people. Take care of yourselves. I will see you soon. You're strong, you are wise, and you are loved.